In exploring the life of Ho Chi Minh, we are delving into the story of a leader whose quest for Vietnamese independence holds lessons that extend far beyond the borders of Vietnam. Some might wonder, why should we focus on the leader of a group we were at war with? I believe understanding Ho Chi Minh's life and mission offers profound insights into the complexities of global conflicts. This is not just about revisiting history, it's about learning from it to shape a better future.
Dear compatriots all over the country, all people are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. That among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
As I reflect on the Vietnam War, I often think about the importance of critical thinking and understanding why things happen the way they do. In our current education system, we are seeing a decline in critical thinking skills. Students are often taught what to think rather than how to think. This documentary aims to challenge that trend by presenting the nuanced story of Ho Chi Minh, encouraging you to form your own informed opinion. Before we delve into Ho Chi Minh's global journey, it is essential to understand the context of his homeland. In the early 20th century, Vietnam was under the yoke of French colonial rule. The French exploited Vietnam's resources, enforced heavy taxes, and suppressed any form of resistance. This created a landscape of poverty, inequality, and growing discontent among the Vietnamese people.
But they're fighting an army of peasants, so how could they possibly lose?
One of the pivotal figures he encountered was Jean Jaurès, a fervent advocate for peace and socialism. Jaurès' impassioned calls for justice and equality resonated deeply with Nguyen. At this time, Paris was a hub of intellectual and political activity, and the socialist movement was at its peak, challenging the status quo and advocating for the rights of workers and colonized peoples. Jaurès' assassination in 1914 was a stark reminder of the dangers faced by those who stood against oppression. Ho's journey then took him across the Atlantic to Harlem, in New York. During the Harlem Renaissance, he witnessed the African American struggle for dignity and equality. Figures such as Langston Hughes and W.E.B. Du Bois were central to this movement. Hughes, through his poetry, celebrated African American culture and resilience, while Du Bois, with his advocacy for civil rights and Pan-Africanism, highlighted the fight against racial injustice. Their work spoke to the power of cultural expression as a form of resistance, offering Nguyen valuable insights into the global struggle for human rights. His path then led him to the Soviet Union, where the Bolshevik Revolution had recently overthrown the Tsarist regime. Lenin's theories on imperialism and self-determination deeply influenced him. Lenin argued that imperialism was the highest stage of capitalism and that oppressed nations had the right to self-determination. The Bolshevik success in mobilizing the masses and overthrowing an oppressive regime provided a powerful example for Ho, who saw parallels with Vietnam's struggle against colonial rule. While Ho was gathering ideological tools abroad, Vietnam was experiencing a surge in nationalist sentiment. The oppressive French rule had ignited a desire for independence among the Vietnamese people. Various nationalist movements were forming, and the stage was set for a significant transformation.
Everyone wanted to be independent, and only communist was organized, well organized.
I sometimes think about Ho's deep motivations. It wasn't about political power. It was about dignity, about reclaiming a sense of identity that had been suppressed for so long. His why was rooted in a profound love for his country and its people. This passion drove him to endure hardships, travel across the world, and to forge alliances that would ultimately help him in his quest for Vietnamese independence. Ho Chi Minh's journey was not just a physical one across continents. It was a journey of ideological and emotional discovery. By understanding his mission, we can begin to unravel the complexities of the Vietnam War and question the roles played by various global powers. As we continue our exploration, we ask, Was his vision of communism truly dangerous, or was it a path towards a just and independent Vietnam? Join me in episode 3 as we delve deeper into this narrative, seeking to understand the man behind the revolutionary.